the new Mountz error-proofing bit socket tray, the smart way to eliminate fastening errors and boost productivity. Let's run through how to set it up with the Mountz DC control tools. The bit socket tray provides 4, 8, or 12-bit sensor positions, a 1.29-inch AMOLED color display, a 25-pin I/O connector, one analog signal output port, a RS422 COM port, and the power supply port. Next, connect the I/O cable to the tray and to the controller's 25-pin connector. The cable is labeled for the socket tray and the controller to ensure proper installation. Before programming the bit socket tray, let's first set up the input and output settings on the DC controller. Log in the Controllers menu and select the Parameters tab. Next, select the I/O tab. Now you will need to assign the inputs to the following. Input 1 to preset select 1. Input 2 to preset select 2. Input 3 to preset select 3. Input 4 to preset select 4, and Input 6 to driver lock. Next, press the down arrow to reveal the output menu and set output 1 to torque, select 1. Output 2 to torque, select 2. Output 3 to torque, select 3, and output 4 to torque, select 4. Now we can turn our attention to the bit socket tray settings. You will need to decide if the bit socket tray will control which DC controller preset will be used by the bit that is selected, which is the master mode, or have the DC control tool guide the operator to which bit to be used based off the preset used on the controller, slave mode. To navigate through the display, use the soft keys that coordinate to the menu on the display. We need to first select parameter and enter the password to enter the settings menu. The first parameter selection is to place the tray into master or slave mode. Let's first set up the unit up in the master mode. Press the select key F2 to change the mode setting if needed to master mode from slave mode by using the up or down key. Confirm by pressing set or the F1 key. The next parameter is the input I/O type. The default is binary +1. Next is the output I/O type, and again the default is binary +1. You can have the system produce an alarm sound if there is an active error. The default is set to off. Parameter initialize will allow the system to return all parameters to the factory settings by using the correct code. COM ID is used to identify different socket trays if multiple units are used. If you are not utilizing all of the bit locations, you can set the appropriate number to be used here in the sensor number parameter, disabling unused bit locations. The next parameter is protocol. The default setting is I/O, but if another input device is used, it can be set to serial. Bit mapping allows the use of different bits to utilize the same DC controller preset while in the master mode. In the slave mode, you can use the different presets with the same bit location. However, bit mapping must be enabled. The LCD off-time function will turn off the display in a number of minutes without a soft key press. The default setting is 10. The next parameter allows for the default password to be changed. The default is 0000. The final parameter, preset output, controls if the output signal is utilized. In master mode, this is set to on, and in slave mode, this is set to off. If you would prefer to use the bit socket tray in the slave mode, you will need to change the first parameter to slave and also change the preset output to off. And now the DC controller will alert the operator which bit in the tray to use based on the preset on the controller. If you have any further questions or programming help, please contact us at mountztorque.com.